Hey, what's up YouTube? Welcome back to my page, Money Making Juggernaut. I'm your host, Derek Richardson, the #1 educator in the asset recovery business. Today, I have a great video in store, guys. I'm gonna break down the proper marketing flow when it comes to getting clients under contract for surplus funds. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. You guys know I'm doing this content for you guys so you can dominate in this industry. Now, the reason why I'm making this video today is because a lot of people hop into this business and they're so excited. You see a great opportunity to help people. You know, we're just helping them file the claims for money that they're already entitled to. But there's a certain flow that we have to utilize in order to actually get these clients under contract. So in today's video, I'm gonna break that down for you guys, and hopefully you can have some good insight and you can apply these methods and get a deal. So when it comes to actually doing this business, the reason why I say you need to have a certain flow to it is because we don't wanna freestyle. We don't wanna just say, hey, the county has supplied leads, let me just randomly go ahead and market them. There's certain steps that we need to take in order to make sure that we are efficient with all of our leads. So for starters, we understand that we are going to identify properties that sell for a higher amount. That's how surplus comes about. It's an excess, it's an overbid, it's a surplus. So identifying these leads is very simple. I've spoken about this multiple times on my channel. I'm pretty sure that you've probably done a simple Google search and you've located a lead list. So identifying leads is not the issue, guys. That's super simple. Anybody can do that. How you actually become successful in this business is in your marketing approach. So the proper flow to that is going to be step 1, gather your leads of the previous owner. First, we need to identify who the previous owner is. This is very crucial that we understand that we are targeting the client that owned the property prior to the foreclosure. We do not want to target the current owner. We want to target the previous owner. How can you locate and make sure that you're working with the previous owner? You're going to look at the sales history, guys. You're going to locate the property. You're going to go to typically the property appraiser site or the assessor site, and they should show transaction history. Now, sometimes you might easily go to the county's assessor site, the property appraiser site. It might still show the previous owner's information, but to verify, you're going to look at the sales transactions. So what we're looking for is who the actual owner was, who's on that deed document prior to the sale. It's going to give you a few different sales transactions. Just look at the most recent one before the sale. Say, for example, if today is April 10th and we know that we're looking to help somebody with surplus funds on a property that was sold on April 3rd, we don't want to look at a transaction that is after April 3rd. We want to look at the transaction prior to, so that we have the correct owner. So once we identify, hey, this indeed is the correct claimant, now we want to go out, prepare our spreadsheet so that we can skip trace that client. So when it comes to preparing our spreadsheet, we want to have as much detailed information as possible. We want to have the property address, we want to have the case number, the parcel ID, the opening bid, the final sell amount, the county name, and most importantly, the type of foreclosure. As you guys know, when it comes to doing this business, there's multiple types of foreclosures. We have a tax deed sale, and then we also have mortgage foreclosures. Mortgage foreclosures can be either judicial or non-judicial. So when you're preparing this list, be as detailed as possible. If you guys need a copy of that spreadsheet, I have it in my course. It helps me stay very organized, and most importantly, it helps you when it comes to skip tracing. When you have your leads in a certain format, this format is compatible to be imported into any CRM and also any mainstream skip tracing provider. Once we identify the previous owner, now we are going to try to target them. Skip tracing, guys, when it comes to skip tracing, we're going to get multiple phone numbers for individuals. We're going to get multiple emails. We're going to get multiple mailing addresses. We have to try to narrow that down as much as possible. You should initially target the previous owner as many ways as possible. So this means that we're going to call every single phone number that pops up in skip tracing. We're going to text every single phone number that pops up in skip tracing. You can even send an email to every single email that shows up. If you have it in your budget to send mailers, you can do that. I recommend doing a drip campaign, typically a 3-day follow-up sequence that can automate your messaging, and you can automate voicemail drops so that way you can get clients coming in. Once we have exhausted all avenues on the previous owner, this means we've called every number, we've texted every number, we've sent mailers, we are then going to search them up on social media. That's going to be the next step. So this is all about flow. First step is to use what you have. Skip tracing what you find on the internet. There's often times where you might get 5 phone numbers. You might get lucky lucky and get the correct number. If none of these numbers work, which I know a lot of you guys experience that, the next thing that we're gonna do is we're gonna search them on social media using sites like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, even a simple Google search. These are gonna help you go the extra mile to get in contact with that individual. Now, if you're searching somebody up on Facebook, the good thing is you can search their name and narrow it down by the city. So I would recommend using the city that the property was located in, any type of additional cities that you find in your skip tracing so that you can locate that individual. If we have exhausted all of our avenues on the previous owner by looking up social media, by contacting them every method possible, we don't just lay down. We don't say, this is a dead lead. Now, we have the next step. This is going to be relatives. Guys, relatives can lead us in the right direction to get a hold of the previous owner, or there's some cases where the previous owner is deceased and we can actually help the relatives. That third step is going to be contacting relatives. We will go the same routes, guys. I recommend doing an SMS drip campaign to them, a voicemail drop on a follow-up sequence so that it's completely automated. If we have messaged the previous owner and their relatives and we've exhausted all avenues, you are doing a great job. We only have one final step. This is going to be the last step before we just cut it off. This is going to be looking up neighbors. This is something that is highly effective. Not a lot of people do it because it's going the extra mile. So if it's a case that you're working on where the dollar amount is worth it to you, I highly recommend doing it. But if you look at the properties in the close proximity, neighbors sometimes are friends. Maybe they can give you some information. Maybe they can let you know, hey, yeah, this is somebody who lived there. They're my good friend. Here's their contact information. And now it leads you in the right direction. So when it comes to marketing, we want to target the previous owner first, exhaust all of our avenues as possible. Then we want to search them on social media. If we cannot find that, we want to look up relatives. If we cannot locate any relatives, then we're going to end up working with the neighbors. So that's the proper marketing flow. Don't just think, hey, here's surplus funds, a great business to hop into. I call a client, they pick up. It doesn't always work that way. So we're gonna have to make sure that we try every single marketing method possible. If you guys do not know the 6 methods of marketing, I have a video that breaks down every single method of marketing, and I highly recommend you guys watching it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you wanna learn how to do surplus funds, step by step exactly how to do this business, all the documents that are needed, check out the link in the description, use the code TAKEACTION. I'm looking forward to helping you out.